Jake Wray, officially a Buff, and he made a big splash early on in the process with this recruiting class. Obviously, an Ohio State commit early on, offers from really pretty much every big-time program, was a blue-chip commit at that point. I don't know what happened to his rating since then. I still haven't got a good explanation for that. That's why I had him as my most underrated in this class. But college-ready frame, a lot to like here.
Yeah, there's a ton to like, and I don't really care if he's downgraded because this is a great coup by the staff, and there's nothing on his senior film that shows me that he wasn't the same player as he was in years past. I love how solid he was with CU. Ever since he committed, he never took any other visits. I don't even think he took another official visit at all, and I think that just goes to show how much he really fell in love with CU when he visited back in April or so, and I think that's probably one of the coolest parts about him. I think he will end up being a captain down the road. He just seems like that type of player. I love that he won the state championship this year, the first time in a long time since
1967 for Marietta.
And Marietta is a Georgia powerhouse. I think a lot of people outside of Georgia know about Marietta, and so I was surprised about that, but carried his team to a state championship. Obviously, they have a lot of talent on that team. I just think it's a really good coup by the staff, another player that will be able to contribute early, I think.
Coach Cap has done a good job in a short period of time as a recruiter. He's told, hey, you have 3 scholarship offers. Those are guys that are locked up early summer, and you like the development you saw from that group. There were some penalty issues, but again, just kind of building off the optimism around this program right now. The O-line is maybe one of the biggest reasons why.
Yeah, you have four starters returning, or 3 starters returning, but the 4th is Frank Phillip, who started a lot during his true freshman year. Didn't play really at all this past year, but yeah, you have a lot of guys returning, and then you have 2 guys coming in that I think could contribute early, could contribute right away. So that offensive line group is starting to look really good, and I think that's going to really help with the identity that Jay Johnson wants to have on offense and running the football, and I think he has the offensive line to do that, and Jake Wray will certainly help that.
As I wrote in our most underrated piece, you watch Jake Wray's junior film and he's just pummeling guys. You watch his senior film and he's getting downfield, showing his athleticism, really well-rounded, and he's a very personable young man. He's got family that lives in Colorado. Just a cool story all around. I think I'd be surprised if he's not a long-term starter here. What are your expectations for him?
Yeah, I would be surprised if he's not at least probably a 3-year starter here. I think he's just got so much talent. He's so technically sound. Like you said, he's really mobile in his senior film. I think his first play on the film, he runs about 20 yards down the field on a screen to go make a block. And he did that multiple times in that video, and I think that's one of the more impressive parts about him. He just has a complete game as an offensive lineman. He can do just about everything for you.
All right, Jake Wray, officially a Buff.